upside down, inside out. I've been running around, upside down, inside out.
There are five things I'm glad I did before coming to Tanzania. One, I applied for my visa. When I knew I was coming here, or when I was completely sure that this was happening, that I was coming to Tanzania, um, I went onto their website, the government website, and I saw that you could apply for a visa uh, directly from the website. And so I went through the process, um, paid the fee, and I got the visa that allowed me to come in and out for about a year, every 3 months, without having to apply for another visa. And so that's one of the things I'm glad I did. I went onto the website and I applied for my visa directly through the Tanzanian government website. Number two, I purchased my ticket. Yes, man, that day, wow, it was amazing. So I went online and I went to find out what it would cost for me to fly here to Tanzania. And I found several different options. I found different airlines. Something hit me. I said, you know what? Throughout my life, everything, everyone that I've known, including myself, have taken all these different um, major airlines to fly. Um, these airlines weren't owned by people that look like me. And so I decided, when I found out about Ethiopian Airlines, that I would use them. And it was a bonus because when I was looking for the flight, um, I realized that they were the only airlines, at least that I saw, that allowed you to fly from, or allowed me to fly from Chicago directly onto the continent in some way, yes, in somewhere close to Tanzania. And so I was able to fly direct from Chicago straight to the continent, and and had a layover in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And so I was like, perfect, right? I get to fly straight from Chicago straight to the continent, and then have a little layover in Ethiopia, and then fly into Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. And so I purchased my ticket probably about 2 months, maybe a little more in advance, and it proved to be a great decision. I wanted to come earlier in the year. I wanted to come around May, June-ish, um, and I had plans to do that, but because of certain issues, I couldn't do that. But back then, I looked at the prices for what it would cost, and I didn't think of the 2 months plan, and it was about a month out, maybe even a little shorter. And I looked at the prices of the tickets, and they were nearly doubled what I when this delay came, that I looked again, right? And so I was like, I can't make this, especially what's going on. I can't make this happen right now. So I have to push this back. And the people that I know here, I was in correspondence with, and they were informing me some of the best times to be here. And August was one of them. Um, and it was almost perfect the way everything went down, because I know that I had some things to do in the beginning of August, but I had possibly a space of time toward the middle to the end of August to make my flight. And that's what I did. So I made a decision and I said, hey, on this date, I will leave out and I would return a month later. Um, so, yes, purchasing my ticket a couple of months early on Ethiopian Airlines proved to be a financial savings that I'm very happy with. So, number three. Oh my goodness, this was so critical for this experience, man. Communicating with a local. It was a blessing that I knew someone here. A blessing. Because, of course, like, I didn't know what to expect. I really had no expectations. I just knew that I was going to have a beautiful experience. Um, I didn't know how beautiful or anything. I just knew this was going to be a great experience. And so, my wife and I, um, we used to we used to go to this particular church on the north side of Chicago, and we met a couple of young ladies that were friends, and they quickly became friends of ours. And one of them was from here, and shortly, I mean, it seemed like it was a short period of time, maybe about a year after meeting this group of young ladies, this group of three young ladies. Two of them began to go back to the countries where they're from. One was Jamaica and one was here in Tanzania. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy. So it never dawned on me to ever come to visit here or anything like that. But when the pandemic hit and I started doing a lot of research on the continent, her name came up. And I didn't know exactly where she was from on the continent. I just knew she was here. And she had gotten married. That's why she moved back. She got married. And I reached out to her. And she was like, oh, wonderful, wonderful. I'll connect you with my husband. Great. And so I didn't know this man. I had no idea, what his mindset was. And we began to correspond. He began to really give me detailed information of what I needed to know while I was in Chicago to prepare to be here. And man, I mean, from finding me this beautiful home to rent for the month, organizing things for me to do, him with the forethought of planning out just different things, different experiences for me. It was amazing. And I'm not sure, I'm not saying that this is going to be everybody's experience. But what I will say is I am working on making that people's experience when they come to Tanzania. I've found resources, I've met people of very credible characters who are in positions to do things to help people in their experience here. And so I'm going to be tapping into those resources for others so they can have an experience like this. Because I believe that those that are descendants of slaves in America have the duty to experience this continent in a very positive way. I believe that they need to be well informed when they visit this continent, specifically Tanzania for me right now, because that's where the resources are That's where I was able to gain the resources to do just that, to give them an experience um, that they won't forget, that they will enjoy. I mean, will it be perfect? Nothing is. But will they be able to maneuver in Dar es Salaam and prayerfully other areas, but in Dar es Salaam and the surroundings of Dar es Salaam, will they be able to navigate that to their enjoyment? That's what I'm gearing up for, right? So I'm glad I communicated with a local. Number 4, repairing my credit. When the pandemic hit, when the pandemic hit, I was caught like many people, just like by surprise. There were so many things that I wasn't prepared for. And I was frustrated with myself because prophetically, these things are told of. And I know this, and I wasn't prepared. And so when I had the opportunity to receive the funds that I needed to repair my credit, I did it. I repaired my credit, and I was able to not only come on this trip, but I was able to have the security that when I went to the ATM, that I was not using the dollars that I've earned. I was using my credit to be able to withdraw what I needed. This whole month while being here, I never had to tap into my personal finance. And I believe, and some may disagree, but I believe that's a key factor. Not only in coming here, but it's a key factor when you want to do business here. And I plan to do business here, and my credit is thoroughly important. So I never had a credit card for myself. And this was the first time in all my years of living. I have repaired my credit, and I was able to get credit cards in my name and use them to my advantage. So repairing my credit was critical. And so the last thing, and I think the most important, number 5, mindset. You must have a paradigm shift. Your mindset must be altered, changed. If your mindset is not changed, you will not only not have a good experience here, but you wouldn't want to be here. Because this is not America. This is Africa, Mother Africa. It has its own laws, its own ways, its own viewpoints. And you cannot change that. You cannot be arrogant enough to think that you could change that. No, you cannot. So, you come as a humble servant. You come as one ready and willing to learn. If you do not come with that, you will be disappointed. Now, you want to come for a vacation? You want to spend time in the hotel? You want to stay in the city center and just enjoy your time and go back home? Hey, cool, wonderful. But that's American. Yeah, you're going to have a little bit of an experience being here, but you're living your American lifestyle. So that's fine. If you want to do that, cool, do that. But if you're thinking about moving here to the continent, you got to have a mindset shift. You got to have a mindset shift. You must have a mindset shift, or you won't enjoy this experience. So those are my 5 things. I hope that they were helpful for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And I appreciate you taking the time to listen. Salute.
Enjoy what you signed up for.